welcome back to the weekend show here at the EarthWell Festival. I'm with Jill Vanderwood, who is the author of Jill Pickle Books. How you doing, Jill?
I'm doing great.
Good. That's kind of a fun thing to say, Jill Pickle Books, right?
I'm the author of this book.
What is Like Living Green? Now, this is for kids, right?
Yes.
And so we're actually going to talk with another author here in just 1 second. He's the author of kind of like the adult version of your books, and you guys were brought together. But how do you start by teaching kids to be green? Because I think for a lot of kids, unless their parents are going green and, thinking about it, it's hard for kids to understand it.
There are simple tips such as putting on a sweater rather than turning up the heat, buying things that can be recycled rather than things that are trash. And there's an example of a girl who learned to drive on a car fueled with just used cooking oil. And there's also children who started their own green organizations and families who have made a difference for the planet, and they're teaching other kids how to do it.
What age group are reading your books?
I've been talking to schools, and the schools are mostly 5th, 6th graders. It's 9 to 12-year-old book, and also families. A lot of families are reading it. It's in a lot of libraries and bookstores around the country.
Good thing maybe for parents to read to some of the younger kids. Give us another example of what something you teach the kids in the book that is something so simple they can bring into a home, or maybe even teach their parents if parents aren't going green.
My granddaughter decided to recycle, and all she did is put a sign by the door. Please put she put it on the trash can. Please put your cans in the bag by the door. And that's all she did, and pretty soon the bag was full and she had cans to recycle. So
great. Now, where can they find your book?
They can find it on Amazon.com. And it's been around since 2009, and it's doing really well, and it won 3 National Book Awards.
Congratulations, Jill. Thank you for doing that for the kids. You can get that for kids, mom and dad. You can read it to the younger kids. Then we're going to step on over. We're going to talk to Mike Vallez. Now, Mike, you and Jill kind of came together how?
Well, the people putting on the EarthWell Festival called me, and they had heard about me and offered me a booth, and I was kind of looking for half a booth, and she had half a booth, so fate just kind of brought us together. And it's interesting that she wrote a book very similar to mine, only geared to a younger audience, and my book is geared toward an adult, talking about the oil addiction cure. And
now, you said this is basically your book that's going to help you live 70% more green without having to move into a tree, right?
Well, right, basically.
We're not going to go Tarzan yet.
Yeah, what the book is about, it really identifies the top 12 things that an individual can do to reduce their energy costs by 70% without having to go live in a tree. Well, yeah.
Go ahead, turn it off really quick, and we'll start right there.
I'm sorry, that was stupid.
That's okay. Was it picking it up very loud? I don't think it will pick it up too much with this mic. So you're all right.
Okay.
So we'll start right there. I'll ask you the question again. So Mike, give us some of the ways we can live, we can do some of this and live more sustainably.
Well, some of them are really just coming to the marketplace right now. Number one is plug-in cars. And most people don't realize that a plug-in automobile can operate with an equivalent cost of about 75 cents per gallon. And the battery technology is advancing very rapidly, just like microprocessor technology has advanced over the last 30 years. Batteries are getting more powerful, more dense, and can last a greater number of miles before having to recharge. We also have some soft tech things, like using a clothesline to dry your clothes. Using a Energy Star refrigerator. I've had some experience for several years as an energy auditor and consultant. And I've talked to dozens of people in their homes and businesses about reducing energy costs. And one of the things I found out is that people really don't understand how they spend their money on energy. And I decided to make it simple. And so the 12 steps is really identifying those top 12 things. We have a chart in the book that shows how much you'll actually save by adopting these 12 things. And we've got some other high-tech things that are coming along, like all-climate heat pumps. Heat pumps have been used in refrigerators and air conditioning units for a long time. They're just coming out with technologies that work in northern climates, so we can actually eliminate our dependence on non-renewable fuels like oil, natural gas, propane, and eventually make the switch over to sustainable electricity.
Now, Mike, I think when you break it down for people and you show them the amount of money they're going to save, that's where it actually hits home a little bit more. Because when you talk about, plug-in cars and things like that, it's a big change. But things like a clothing line, that's simple. But when they add up the money they'll save over time, and then they just start doing the simplest of things, it just becomes a habit.
Well, Adam Smith was an economist, and he talked about the invisible hand that moved our economy. And as these technologies come out and more people become aware of them, I believe that just the simple forces of economics and cost effectiveness are going to move these to the forefront. Absolutely. It doesn't necessarily take somebody to have a green consciousness to do this, but a pocketbook consciousness.
Absolutely. So again, the name of your book and where can they get it?
The Oil Addiction Cure. The Kindle version is just about to be loaded on Amazon, so you can buy that digitally on Amazon very soon, within the next week, and that's where it is.
Awesome. Well, Mike, thank you so much. We appreciate it, and enjoy the EarthWell Festival.
Thank you.
All right, stick around. Lots more vendors to come from the EarthWell Festival right after this.